Hi friends, in this video we will learn the different types of constraints in SQL. So first of all, what are the constraints? I mean, what is a constraint? What is constraint in a SQL server? So constraints are used to restrict the conditions in a table. So types of constraints in a SQL. Types of constraints in a SQL. So what are the different types of constraints in SQL? We have seven types of constraints in a SQL. So default, first one is a default constraint and check constraint, not null, not null constraint, and primary key, primary key constraint, foreign key, foreign key constraint, unique unique constraint, and the last one is a index constraint. Okay, so these are the seven types of constraints available in a SQL server. So how to use these constraints in our SQL server? So these are used to create a table. Okay, whenever you are creating the table, that time we have to use these constraints to our table. So we'll discuss this one, default, check, not null. Okay, first three constraints we'll discuss in this video. I'm going to creating one table. Okay, create table. Okay, test table. This is my table name, or we can give meaningful name, tbl register. Okay, tbl register our table name. In this table I'm giving, okay, I'm giving id is a integer, and name, I'm giving the column name is a var char of something 20 characters. Okay, and I'm going to create a one more table. Okay, register a 1. Okay, register a 1. In this table I'm going to using these constraint. Okay, so if you see here, the name is a varchar of 20. What I want, I don't want allow null values in this column. So I want to restrict. Okay, it should be value. Now, in this scenario, I have to use the not null constraint. Not null constraint. And I have a one more column salary. Okay, salary. The type is a integer. And this salary, whenever we are inserting data into this table, okay, if you not provide any salary to this column, I want a default value. Okay, so I want a default value. In this scenario, default value I'm giving the 0. Okay, so here also I'm going to creating a one more column salary. I will show you the difference if you create constraint, if you not create a constraint. So you have to understand, that is why I'm creating two tables. Okay, the salary is a integer. Now what I want, I have a one more column. Okay, one more column age. So the type is a integer. Okay, here also I'm going to creating age, and the type is a integer. What I want, age is greater than 18. I want allow greater than 18. Otherwise, I don't want allow record in this table. So in this scenario, I have to use a check constraint. Okay, I have to use a check constraint. 18. Okay, I want to use. I want to use age column greater than 18. Okay. So I'm going to executing these two tables. So here we have used the not null default check constraint. In coming session, we will discuss the rest of the constraints. Okay, I'm going to executing these two scripts. Execute. Okay, tables are created successfully. Now I'm going to inserting some data into these tables. TBL register. Okay, insert into TBL register, and we have a column ID, and one more column is a name. Okay, and then column is a salary and age. So these are the columns, and I want to add values. ID is a 1. Okay, and name is a Shiva, and then salary is a something 10,000. Age I given a 20. Now I want to insert one more record in this table. Copy this one and paste. So I don't want to change these values. I'm giving duplicate values now, and copy this record. Okay, copy this record and just change the name. TBL register 1. Now I'm executing these two scripts in a first table for a first table. Now two records are inserted successfully. We have to see the data in a table. Select star from TBL register. Execute. Now see, I have inserted the duplicate records. ID should not be the duplicate. Name, maybe it is a duplicate. Salary, of course, it is also duplicate. Age, yes, multiple employees is there. So age also may be duplicate. Now, coming to the second table, I'm inserting the first record. Okay, execute. Record executed successfully. And come here, one more record I'm inserting. Here, what I'm doing, I'm removing this salary. Okay, and I'm removing salary here. And second is the third column is age, right? I'm giving a 10. Okay, I'm giving 10. Now execute this query. Okay, now I'm getting the error because if you read this statement, the insert statement conflicted with the check constraint. The conflict occurred in a database, my database, and the table TBL register, column name is age. So why we are getting this issue? Because I given a given check constraint whenever we are creating the table. So this age column must be greater than 18. Then only it will allow. Otherwise, it won't insert record in this table. So I'm giving the instead of 10, I'm giving 25. In this scenario, it will insert the record. Execute. Now it is successfully inserted. Now select star from TBL register 1. Execute. Now if you see here, I did not given salary. So I given only three columns: ID, name, and age. Okay. This age is a 25 because we given a check constraint. It must be the greater than a 18. But salary I did not given. It is 0 is inserted. Where this come? Because this is coming from default constraint. So we given a salary column. Okay, default is a 0. If not provide any salary to this salary column, so we are automatically this default value assigned to this salary column. Okay, now we created a one more constraint, not null, to the name column. So what I'm going to doing here, I'm executing the first table script. Okay. So if you observe here, I'm removing the name. Okay. On a first table. So here also I am removing and change the value. Now execute this one TBL register. Now successfully inserted. Okay. Now same I want to try in a TBL register one. So I'm removing this name column. Okay. Here also I am removing this name column. Now I'm executing the TBL one. Execute. Now see I'm getting the error because cannot insert the null into column name table my database dot tbl register 1 column does not allow null values. Why? Because we used the not null constraint. So we must provide value to the name column. Otherwise, it won't insert a record in this table. So like this, we have to restrict the some conditions on a table with the help of constraints. So in this video, we learn the not null constraint, default constraint, and check constraint. In coming session, we'll use the primary key, foreign key, unique, and index constraint. So these four constraint we'll discuss in the coming sessions. Okay, friends. Thanks for watching the video. Have a nice day.